Today, news that has millions of viewers worried and praying. Robin Roberts, the legendary host of Good Morning America, is once again facing metastatic cancer, a stage where this deadly disease has spread widely, testing her endurance to the limit. At 65, after more than 18 years of relentless battle with breast cancer and myelodysplastic syndrome, MDS, Robin has publicly shared on social media that the cancer has metastasized to her lungs and bones, leading to an emergency hospitalization in New York on November 15, 2025. Doctors at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center confirm that the metastasis is progressing rapidly, and although she remains optimistic, this fight could be the greatest challenge of her life. Join me as we delve deep into Robin's battle journey, a strong Black woman, symbol of vitality and hope, but now facing unparalleled physical and mental pain. Her cancer battle began in 2007 with an early-stage breast cancer diagnosis. She underwent tumor removal surgery, 6 months of chemotherapy, with constant nausea, hair loss, and exhaustion. Robin cried on air, recalling, "I felt my body being destroyed, skin dry, hair gone, but I had to be strong for the audience."
Less than 5 years later, in 2012, tragedy struck again. Robin was diagnosed with MDS, a rare bone marrow disorder, a form of blood cancer that can lead to leukemia. The cause was likely chemotherapy from her previous cancer, damaging her marrow. She needed a bone marrow transplant from her sister, Sally Ann, a high-risk procedure with only a 50% survival rate.
Preparation involved intense chemotherapy to destroy the old marrow, leaving her weakened, with constant infections and 100 days of isolation in the hospital. Robin recounted in Everybody's Got Something, "There were nights I thought I wouldn't wake up. Pain like hell, body burning from the inside." She returned to GMA in 2013, but her health declined gradually. Chronic fatigue, immune issues, and ongoing pain requiring daily painkillers. And now, in 2025, the disease returns with terrifying force. According to sources from ABC News, Robin discovered the metastasis to her lungs and bones in June, after coughing up blood and severe bone pain. She underwent chemotherapy combined with immunotherapy, but her body didn't respond. Doctors tried new drugs like Keytruda, but side effects led to multiple hospitalizations, uncontrollable vomiting, hair loss again, and cognitive decline, causing her to forget lines on air. Robin shared on Instagram in September, "This fight is harder than ever. My body feels tortured every day, but I still hope, thanks to family and fans." Her family, including wife Amber and siblings, are always by her side, but by November, the disease progressed rapidly, leading to multiple organ failure. She is now in the hospital with pain relief and respiratory support, but doctors warn that time is running out. Amber Lane posted on Twitter, "Robin is fighting every day, but the metastatic cancer has spread widely. We need prayers." The media community and fans are praying for Robin. Colleagues at GMA like George Stephanopoulos choked up, "Robin is the soul of the show. She taught us about strength." Oprah Winfrey wrote, "My friend is fighting bravely. Please pray for her." Fans worldwide are holding online vigils, with #DachiGFightRobin trending.
Her legacy: the first Black woman to anchor GMA, winning a Daytime Emmy in 2015, and the Robin Roberts Fund supporting cancer patients. She once said, "Cancer doesn't define me, but how I fight it does." This is far from the first time this 64-year-old icon has stared down brutal adversity.
If you're ready to walk through one of the most painful, untold stories in American television, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell right now, so you never miss the real journeys behind our legends. Now, let's look back at Robin Roberts' profoundly heartbreaking life journey, from the shattering health battles that threatened everything she built, to the silent emotional wars she has fought behind the cameras, shaping the powerful, resilient woman the world sees today. Robin Renee Roberts was born on November 23, 1960, in Tuskegee, Alabama, but grew up in Pass Christian, Mississippi, a small coastal town on the Gulf of Mexico. She was the youngest of 4 children born to Lawrence and Lucy Marion Roberts. Her father, Lawrence Roberts, was one of the Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American military pilots in World War II, men who broke racial barriers in the U.S. military. He was a hero, a man who fought for his country, even though that country didn't grant him equal rights. Her mother, Lucy Marion, was a missionary and author, a woman of deep faith and the spiritual pillar of the family. She taught Robin and her siblings that faith and family were the 2 most important things in life. But growing up in Mississippi in the 1960s and 1970s was not easy for a black family. This was the era of the Civil Rights Movement, a time of open racial discrimination, of Jim Crow laws, of violence and hatred. Robin recalls moments when she faced discrimination because of her skin color, times when she was called offensive words, times when she wasn't served at restaurants, the contemptuous looks from white people. But her parents taught her an important lesson. Don't let anyone else define who you are. You know your worth. That's all that matters. From an early age, Robin loved sports. She played basketball, tennis, and baseball. Sports were where she felt free, where skin color no longer mattered, where talent and effort were the only things that counted. At Pass Christian High School, Robin became a basketball and tennis star. She was tall, strong, agile, and had an intense competitive spirit. Coaches saw potential in her. They said she could go far. In 1979, Robin received a full athletic scholarship to Southeastern Louisiana University, where she played basketball and tennis. This was a chance to escape Mississippi, a chance to prove herself, a chance to build a better future. But at college, Robin realized something. She didn't just love playing sports, she loved talking about sports. She loved the stories behind the games, the people behind the athletes. She loved how sports connected people, how it inspired and brought hope. So Robin decided to pursue sports journalism. In 1983, she graduated with a degree in communications. But the road ahead was not easy. After graduation, Robin began her career at small local television stations, first at WDAM-TV in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, then at WLOX-TV in Biloxi. She worked as a sports reporter, a field that at the time was almost entirely dominated by men. Male colleagues didn't take her seriously. They thought women didn't understand sports, that women didn't belong in locker rooms or stadiums, that she was only hired because she was a black woman and the station needed diversity. But Robin didn't let those words discourage her. She worked harder than everyone else. She researched more thoroughly. She prepared better. She proved she wasn't just good, she was one of the best. In 1988, Robin moved to Nashville, Tennessee to work at WSMV-TV. This was a big leap, a larger media market, more opportunities, but also more challenges. In Nashville, Robin continued to face discrimination. A colleague once told her bluntly, "You're only here because you're black and a woman, not because you're talented." Those words hurt, but they also made Robin more determined. She would prove them wrong. She would succeed, not because of her skin color or gender, but because of talent and hard work. In 1990, ESPN, America's largest sports network, invited Robin to join. This was every sports reporter's dream. And at age 30, Robin achieved it. At ESPN, Robin became one of the network's most recognizable faces. She anchored Sports Center, the top sports show. She covered the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, Olympics. She interviewed the world's greatest athletes. Success had come. But with it came deep loneliness. Because Robin Roberts had a secret she couldn't share with the world. A secret that, if revealed, could end her career. Robin was gay. In the 1990s, America still didn't accept the LGBTQ+ community. Don't ask, don't tell was military policy. Same-sex marriage was banned in most states. And in the media industry, especially sports, being gay meant career suicide. So Robin kept the secret. She didn't tell colleagues, didn't tell most friends. She lived one public life and a completely different private life. That was the heaviest burden I ever carried, Robin later shared. Having to pretend to be someone else every day. Having to hide the most important part of yourself. It exhausted me. In 2005, the biggest opportunity of Robin's life came. ABC News invited her to co-anchor Good Morning America, one of America's most famous morning shows with millions of viewers daily. This was the peak of her career, but it also meant more people would be watching her life, more questions, more pressure to keep the secret. Then in 2007, Robin's life changed forever. During a routine health checkup, the doctor found a lump in her left breast. A biopsy confirmed breast cancer. Robin was 46, at the peak of her career, and now she had to fight for her life. When the doctor said, "You have cancer," I felt like the whole world stopped spinning, Robin recalled. All I could think about was my mother. My mother had fought cancer. Now it was my turn. Robin decided to go public about her diagnosis. She shared her journey on Good Morning America, allowing cameras to capture every moment, from when she shaved her head before chemotherapy to the days she was too weak to get out of bed. "I wanted people to see the truth," Robin explained. "Cancer isn't pretty, it's not easy, but it can be beaten." Robin underwent surgery to remove the tumor, followed by 8 rounds of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of radiation. Her hair fell out. She lost weight. She was so tired she sometimes couldn't stand up. But she fought. Every day she fought. And in 2008, after a year of treatment, doctors declared Robin cancer-free. She had won. Or at least, she thought so. In 2012, 5 years after beating breast cancer, Robin began feeling unusually tired. Not the normal kind of tired after a long workday, but a deep exhaustion, as if her body was slowly shutting down. She bruised easily, she had frequent nosebleeds, and she always felt cold, even on the hottest summer days. Doctors ran blood tests, and the results shocked everyone. Robin had MDS, myelodysplastic syndrome. This is a rare disease in which the bone marrow doesn't produce enough healthy blood cells. If left untreated, MDS can lead to leukemia, and worse, Robin's MDS may have been a side effect of the chemotherapy she underwent 5 years earlier to treat breast cancer. "I fought and beat cancer," Robin said, her voice breaking. "And now the treatment that saved my life is killing me." It was a cruel irony. But there was no time for self-pity. Robin needed treatment immediately. The only effective treatment for MDS is a bone marrow transplant. But for a transplant, Robin needed to find a suitable donor, someone whose bone marrow was genetically compatible with hers. The chance of finding a suitable donor from a stranger was very low, especially for African Americans, but Robin was lucky. Her sister, Sally Ann Roberts, was a perfect match. "She saved my life," Robin said, tears streaming down. "She gave me a second chance to live." September 20th, 2012 was the day Robin underwent the bone marrow transplant. She called it her special day, the day she was reborn. But before receiving the new bone marrow, Robin had to undergo high-dose chemotherapy to completely destroy her old bone marrow. This meant destroying her immune system. She would have no ability to fight off any disease. Even a simple cold could kill her. Robin had to live in a sterile hospital room for many weeks. No visitors, no outside air, nothing that could bring in bacteria. "That was the loneliest time of my life," Robin recalled. "I couldn't hug my mother, couldn't hold my sister's hand. I was completely alone in that room, fighting to survive. But there was one person who never left her. Amber Lane, Robin's partner. Amber Lane was the person Robin had been secretly dating since 2005. They met through mutual friends and connected immediately. Amber worked in the massage spa industry and wasn't in entertainment. She was quiet, private, and completely supportive of Robin's career. But their relationship had to be kept secret. Robin hadn't yet come out as gay. She was afraid of losing her job, afraid of losing respect, afraid of losing everything she had built. So Amber lived in the shadows. She couldn't attend events with Robin, couldn't publicly hold Robin's hand, wasn't acknowledged as Robin's partner. But when Robin got sick, Amber was there, every day, every hour. Although she couldn't enter the sterile room, Amber sat outside the door, talking to Robin on the phone for long hours. "Amber saved me," Robin said. "Not just medically, but spiritually. She reminded me that I had something worth living for, someone waiting for me at home." And at that moment, Robin decided one thing. If she survived this, she would no longer hide. She would live true to herself. After the bone marrow transplant, Robin had to spend 174 days recovering, nearly 6 months without working, without appearing on television, without living a normal life. During that time, her new immune system slowly formed. Each day was a small battle. On a good day, she could walk around the room. On a bad day, she couldn't leave bed. But gradually, she became stronger. Hair began to grow back. For the second time, energy returned. And on February 20th, 2013, Robin returned to Good Morning America. It was an emotional moment. The entire team welcomed her with a long round of applause. Fans sent thousands of letters and flowers. And Robin, with her newly grown short hair and radiant smile, said, "I'm home." In December 2013, Robin did what she had been afraid to do for nearly a decade. She went public about her relationship with Amber. In a Facebook post, Robin wrote, "At this moment, I am at peace and filled with joy and gratitude. I am grateful to God, my doctors and nurses for my restored good health. I am grateful for my sister Sally Ann, for being my donor and giving me the gift of life. I am grateful for my entire family, my longtime girlfriend, Amber, and friends, as they continue to support me during this journey." Longtime girlfriend, just those two simple words. But they carried enormous meaning. Robin had officially come out as gay, and the world responded with love. Fans were supportive. Colleagues congratulated her. ABC continued to fully support her. There was no backlash that Robin had feared. "I realized how many years I wasted worrying," Robin later admitted. "I could have been happier, more open, freer, many years earlier if I had been brave enough to be myself." But amid all those victories, there was one loss Robin never got over. In August 2012, just 1 month before Robin's transplant, her mother, Lucy Marion Roberts, passed away at age 88. Lucy Marion was Robin's pillar, the person Robin called every day, who always prayed for Robin, who taught Robin that faith could overcome everything. "Mom wasn't there to hold my hand when I went into the operating room," Robin said, voice choking. "But I knew she was with me in spirit. She's always with me." Robin later wrote a book about her mother titled My Story, My Song, Mother-Daughter Reflections on Life and Faith, a tribute to the woman who shaped her into who she is today. In February 2023, after 18 years together, Robin and Amber got engaged. Robin proposed to Amber during a private vacation, and both shared the good news with the world on Good Morning America. "She said yes," Robin said, tears of happiness streaming. "After everything we've been through together, now we'll spend the rest of our lives together." It was a happy ending Robin deserved. Today, at 64, Robin Roberts is not just the host of Good Morning America. She is an icon. She is an icon of hope for millions of cancer and MDS patients. She proves you can fight two deadly diseases and beat them both. She is an icon for the LGBTQ+ community, especially Black gay women. She shows them you can be yourself and still succeed. She is an icon for everyone who has ever felt they had to hide part of themselves to be accepted. Robin proves that living true to yourself is the most valuable thing. Robin has established scholarship funds, donated millions to cancer and MDS research, and inspired countless people through her story. Robin Roberts' most famous quote is, "Make your mess your message." And that's exactly what she did. She took the pain, cancer, MDS, discrimination, having to live in the closet, and turned it all into strength, into an inspiring story, into hope for others. Robin Roberts was not born to shine easily. She was born to fight. And through each battle, she became stronger, braver, more authentic. Today, when you see her on screen with that radiant smile, remember that smile was built from thousands of days of pain. From nights she thought she wouldn't make it through. From times she had to choose between career and her true self. And she chose to live. She chose to fight. She chose to love. She chose to be herself. That is Robin Roberts' legacy, not awards or fame, but the courage to be authentic and the strength to inspire millions of people to do the same.